or you can also click on increase, and then when you're okay, you can leave it. Is that fine? Yeah, please ask. Can I ask a question? It's not center. It's not the center. What's that? It's not working. Is it Excel? It's not working. So click on escape. Press escape. The very first key on your keyboard. Have you clicked on escape? So select it again. Select everything and merge and center. Click on merge and center. It should work. All right, so basically now we'll increase the font size. What other thing can we do with this? So we can make it bolden. We can bolden it, right? Yes. So since it's header, I always like to bolden it. And this is Control B allows us to bolden, but you can also click on this icon, B, and we can see it's bolden. Is that fine? And also even the header, I always like to bolden it so, and then basically this is it. And now we have our registration sheet. Is that fine? Yeah, but someone asked me a question earlier on that how can we adjust this? For example, you can see the serial number is small. When we get to the phone number, okay, let me show you something. So you can see the phone number. Let's say I didn't adjust it. The phone number is hidden. So how can we adjust this column such that the serial number column is smaller, the age is smaller, and then the phone number is wider and signature is wider? So basically, it fits to the name of the header. So how can we do it? How did we discuss we can do it? Who wants to help me out? Those that came last week. My system is a so I'll point someone the person will help us. Who came last week? Let me see your hand up. So nobody came last week. All right, so let's listen. Let's watch. So am I too fast? All right. If I'm too fast, let me know. So let's watch. Are we watching? So you highlight it, and then any of the intersection, you just double click, and it adjusts to fit. You get it? Do you understand what I did here? Yeah, remember I told you that if you want to select a full column, you go to the top of the column. If you want to select a full row, you go to the first row where you have the number. So first I'll select the whole column from B to H. Are we good? Yeah, you can see phone number is hidden, but we need to space out. And then for H, we need to be a little smaller than the serial number. So you just double click. You take your cursor and you double click any of the intersection. Is that fine? Is that fine? And once you manually edit it, you can always drag to fit what you actually want. So if you wanted to, maybe you want the phone number to be wider, you can drag it. Maybe one location to be a little wider, you can also drag it as well. Same thing with your age, with your gender, and serial number. Are we good? All right. So also, let's say while we were working, we decided that we want the age to come after the location, and we don't want location. We want age to come after location, and then location comes before gender. Are we listening? Yes. So now let's say we want to move age to the right-hand side. So it comes between location and phone number. How do we do it? Does anyone have an idea? Oh yeah, who wants to try? Let's come and try. We delete it. Okay, delete then insert. So you copy and paste. Okay, so I want to move the column E, that is age, to after location. So that it comes after location but before phone number. You understand? So I want to move age so that it comes after location but before phone number. Someone said, I will delete age first and then insert a new column. What did you say? So I should delete age, right? Then insert a new column between location and phone number and then type age. So if I had all the content here, all the ages here, I'll now start copy or cut. Okay, I should cut first. So I will insert, I'll cut it, and then I'll now paste it, and then go back and delete the column. All right. No, that's actually correct. So that is actually one way, but that's going to take you time. Right. So there's actually a fast way to do it. You can just select the full column, and then you just drag and you drop. Oh, sorry. But to insert a new column first, and then select age, drag, and I move it. Can't do this. Oh, because I have a measure. So select the age, and then I'll just drag it to this new cell, and then I delete my cell, and I've moved it. Yeah. But did you notice there was an error? Do you understand? Was I too fast? Are we good? So I said we want to move it between location and phone number, right? Yes. I said the first step is, so what I first did, I had to unmerge it. So it won't work. This doesn't work. What I'm about to show won't work when you have a merge cell and center, when you have cells merged together. So I first unmerged it. Are you listening? Then I inserted a column between location and phone number where I want to insert the age. Then I selected the age and then I just moved it to that new. I selected the column. I took my cursor to the edge. Holding left click, I just drag it to that empty column I've created. Is that fine? Yeah. I just go back, click on restriction, go back and click on merge. So merge it. How did I move it? I went inside, I took it, and I moved it to the next. So I selected, the first thing you do is select the whole row, the whole column. I selected it. Take your cursor till it changes to like a cross with an arrow at the edges. Can you see? So you drag it and then you dump it and then you delete the empty space. And then you can merge back.
So please, can you share the screen?
Yeah, please just be sending us YouTube videos, sef, but all this one like this.
Now we can't hear you and you are not sharing your screen. Hello, sir.
So can we move on? All right, so basically, I hope we now understand how to work with cells. Yeah, so today I was hoping we'll look at a few things. We're not starting today's class. When are we supposed to end? Is it two? Not three. Okay, so when it's 2 o'clock, who's the timekeeper for today? Okay, when it's 2:30.
So you are not sharing your screen. We
Okay, when
can't
it's 2
see
o'clock,
anything.
please let me know. All right. All right, so today we're going to be looking at different functions in Excel, or formulas rather in Excel. Are we good? Thank you. So today we'll be looking at, can I move on? Yes. All right. So today we're going to be taking a step higher. We're going to be looking at different formulas in Excel. So today we're going to be adding. We're going to look at addition. We've looked at field, so I want to explain field. I'll skip this. Now we're going to look at how to split, transpose. This is not what I wanted to do today. Sorry, 1 second.
Show your screen online. We can't see anything.
Yeah, just 1 second. Those online. I opened the wrong one. Trying to find. Okay, so this is it. Yeah. Okay, so today I want to introduce us to different formulas in Excel. So those online, please can you confirm? Okay, May, you said I should
Yes,
move
sir.
on. Any questions?
We can see it now, sir.
If you're speaking, I can't really hear you clearly, so you might need to drop your question in the chat box.
The previous explanation, we are not able to get you. So I don't know either you can go back and then brush us through. Thank you.
Okay, the explanation. Okay, let me just recap. All right, sorry. So just give me 1 second. For the benefit of those online, I want to quickly recap my explanation of how to move columns. Okay, so are we together? All right, so I said
Yes,
you
sir.
can easily move columns simply by one eye on merge. And then I want to move the column F, which has the age, the column for our age. I want to move it from F to, I want to place it between gender and location. So I want to move the age so that it appears between gender and location. So what I do first is I insert a new column between gender and location, and then I would select the age. I'll take my cursor down to the edge of the column, then move it to the left, where that's column E, and delete the empty space. So let me do it one more time. First, I insert a new column to the left between gender and location where I want to move my age. I select the age, and then I move it to the left. After selecting, I take my cursor to the edge, left click, and then I move it. Then I can delete. Is that fine? Yeah. For those using Microsoft 365 or more recent versions of Excel, you might not need to insert a new column. All you just need to do is select and you just drag. Basically, the recent Excel allows you to do that. Sorry, just drag and you can move it around. That's for those using more recent versions of Excel. So that's what I explained, and then you can go back and merge. So I hope those online you were able to get that. Yeah, so that's what I explained. So I said we'll be moving on to formulas. This is what we have for today. These things are pretty simple. I think these are the things that most of us are actually familiar with. Okay, so today we'll be looking at addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and power. So what's addition? What is addition? Someone said addition is plus, someone said it's summation. It is, so what else is addition? How do you explain addition to a 7-year-old? All right, we're actually all correct. So we'll bring one, we'll bring two, we add it together. Yes, so basically, so in Excel, we can also carry out calculations like addition. We can also carry out calculations like subtraction. And plus, like someone mentioned, you mentioned plus. Plus, like someone mentioned, is actually called operator. They're called operators. Yes. So the plus is an operator. Yeah. Minus is an operator. Multiplication, the asterisk, sorry, is an operator. Forward slash is for division, is also an operator. And then, what do you call this side? So this side. Raised to power. Yeah, the raised to power basically is an operator. Yeah, used for power. Yes. So when adding two numbers or when dealing with a formula, must always start with an equal to. Must always start with an equal to. So let's say we want to add 5 plus 6. 5 plus 6 will give us what? So people are still thinking. 5 plus 6 will give us. So people are not saying anything. 5 plus 6 will give us. You got it red. Hello. Let me tap on. 5 plus 6 will give us 11. Are you sure? Because when I asked, you just took your face away. I was like, is there something? Okay, all right. So basically, so we can easily carry out things like that, like addition. So like 5 plus 6, 5 plus. So the plus is shift and equal to, on your keyboard, is just before the backspace, where you have equal to. So shift equal to will give you your plus, and then you have 6. And that will give us 11. Equal to 5 plus 6. Enter here. Where plus is the operator? Sorry? Which of the document? Oh, formulas. Formulas. Sorry, you see it here. DHL formulas tutorial. DH formula tutorial. I sent for. Have you seen it? Sorry? To the group chat. I sent it to the group chat on WhatsApp here. You didn't get it? I don't know. You can check later, but for the sake of the class, you can just follow. One of the things I'm doing, you can easily type it in a fresh Excel sheet. You have a question? It's not working. So, did you do equal to? Did you start with equal to? Equal to 5 plus 6. So by default, I did mention something. By default, text aligned to and numbers aligned to So by default, text aligned to and numbers aligned to. So please let us hold that handy and let's always remember. So 5 plus 6 gives us 11. So let's start. Let's try. Which other number can we try? Sorry? 24 plus 82 will give us what? 106. Some people are very good with maths. So, yeah. €1 and $1. Okay, two different currencies. So you have to convert it to the same currency for you to be able to add it. So if you want to add €1 and $1, we know $1 is equal to how much? About 800 naira, right? So that becomes 800 plus 1. That gives you what? 801. Okay, a formula that can. Oh, yes. So Excel allows you to do that. So you can create your own formula that basically converts. So that maybe you just input the $1, it does the conversion, and then it helps you to add it. So you can always do that. But we've not got to that level yet. We're still doing 1 plus 1. Well, great question, actually. Any other question? But this is actually pretty basic things, right? Yeah, so we all know how to add. That's the way you usually add like 5 plus 5, 10 plus 10, normal things, yeah. So that's how it basically works. But just remember, you always start with an equal to. Yeah. So the same thing for subtraction is the same thing. 10 minus 5 will give us what? 5. So equal to, maybe let's do 50 minus 7. So one common thing that always happens when you start working with Excel that also affected that kind of I had an issue with is anytime I'm typing, I always see my hand going back to the mouse pad. Does it happen to you? You put equal to, you go back to the mouse pad. And I'm wondering why am I pressing? So please, when you're typing, just focus on the keyboard and input your information, right? Yeah, so you don't click because once you click on something else, it basically affects your formula. It will reference another thing. So please, let's try and avoid touching the mouse pad. Can we do that? Or is the only me it happens to? So are we good? So that's for subtraction. Is that fine? All right, so we're moving on. The same thing for multiplication. If you want to multiply two numbers, equal to 5 asterisk 10. That's 5 times 10. Equal to 5 asterisk 10. 5 times 10 will give us what? 5 times 10 will give us what? 50, awesome. Let's do equal to 40 times 400. Sorry, 4,000 will give us what? 160,000. All right, awesome. The same thing for division. So division is equal to, let's do 10 forward slash. So forward slash is shift and where you have your question mark. Just beside the shift, the long shift, where you have your question mark. That's your forward slash. The reason I'm pointing it out is so that you don't make the mistake of clicking the backward slash. There's a backward slash and there's a forward slash. So please, it's the one beside the shift. That is your forward slash. So equal to 10 slash or divided by 5. That will give you 2. 10,000 equal to 10,000 divided by 6. And then for raised to power, we can have equal to 5 raised to power 2 will give us what? 25, awesome. So 5 raised to power 2 means 5 times 5. So 5 raised to power 3 is 5 times 5 times 5. That is 5 3 times. Sorry? Shift, where is raised to power cell? Is it 6? Yeah, shift 6. So 5 raised to power 5 will give us what? That's 5 times 5 times 5, 5 times, right? Which is 300 and, so 3,125. Yeah, 3,125. So hope that is fine. Hope that is fine. Yes. So basically, this is working with operators, which is pretty simple. But there's something called functions. So in Excel, Excel has functions that allows us to carry out these operations without us using the different operators. So the function for addition is called sum, right? So you can sum a range of numbers or you can sum two numbers. So if I want to sum 5 and 6, I can easily say equal to. Remember, when I'm working with formulas or functions, you always start with an equal to. So equal to sum, open bracket. Now for formulas, so this is the formula. Sum is the formula for, so it's the function rather. It's the function for adding. Yeah. But every function has a syntax. So when I say syntax, I mean arrangement. So syntax basically means how you arrange your functions. And the syntax is one, it always starts with an equal to, followed by the function name, followed by an open bracket, then an argument before, and then ends with a close bracket. The syntax or the arrangement of every function is equal to the function name, an open bracket, the argument, and then a close bracket. The beautiful thing about Excel is once you put the function name, the argument or the arrangement of the argument will appear as a suggestion. So you can see this is telling us what I put some, some open bracket, number 1, comma, number 2, comma. And then the comma basically separates each argument. So when I say argument, I'm talking about the information that falls within the open brackets, within the brackets or the parentheses. They actually call parentheses, not brackets. Within the parentheses. Are we good? Someone is confused. Who's confused? So I'll come again. So I said, do you understand addition? Do you understand how to add two numbers? Yes. So I said Excel has embedded in its system something we call functions. These functions allow us to carry out different operations. Remember what an operation is? So this basically 5 plus 5 is an operation. And what's the operator? What's the operator? Plus, right? So the operator is plus. But what Excel does is it has functions that basically allows us to carry out this operation without using the operator. I think the names might be very confusing. So let me just explain let me find a different way to explain. I can't. All right, so there are basically functions that allow us to carry out different operations. So if I want to add, the function basically is sum. So sum basically is the function that allows me to add several numbers together, right? So the syntax basically is equal to sum. Sorry, the arrangement basically is equal to sum, open bracket, and then you can put all the numbers inside that parentheses, within the parentheses that you want to add. Instead of doing 5 plus, sorry, not doing 5 plus 6, in this case, what we're doing is 5, 6. Because the sum basically is the function that allows us to carry out the operation. So in this case, the comma basically separates the different arguments. An example. Okay, so we have equal to open bracket or open parenthesis 5, 6. Close bracket, enter. What do we have? 11. Which one is easier? Sum or 5 plus 6? 5 plus 6. 5 plus 6, right? Yeah. So exactly what you just said. For single data, that is very different, right? But when you start working with very large data, you discover it's easier to just use your sum, just manage yourself, right? Yes. So you understand the parentheses? You understand brackets? So equal to Sum. Sum is the function name. Equal to sum, the open bracket. In different cells, right? Then reference the cell. And so I'm trying to build it over the background. It's more I don't want to wash it. Yes, so I don't have to. I don't get confused. What else? Which document? DH document. And I'll test it download it. Open it from. Yeah. So please let's always pay attention to the sheet. We're in basic sheets. Can I move on? So can I move on? So all that's clear. Is that fine? Is that fine? Yes. So now looked at sum. But now let's say we want to have, let's say we have 11 here. Are we listening? Let's say we have 11 here and we have 106. And I want to add 11 and 106. The question is, do I now go back and start typing 11 and 106? No. So easily reference this cell. So do you remember where cell referencing comes into play? What we learned last week? So how do we do that? Equal to sum, open bracket. How do I reference the cell? How do I reference the cell? Oh, voice is too low. Sorry about that. So, how do I reference the cell? H. Oh, sorry. H3.
You know,
Should I type H3? Or so I mentioned that it's always safe to select it. Well, you're correct, H3. So let's click on H3. Comma, I3, right? Okay. Then close bracket, right? So if it's more than 2 exactly, you can use column. If it's even 2, you can also use column. It still works. You can either use comma or use column. But let's see how it appears. What's the difference? What we're all following? I feel like it's just 2 people in this class right now. Some people are lost. Okay, please be lost. Let me see your answer. Let me come to you. Yeah, I'm coming. You're lost. So these are the calculations I did. So I did 4 times 4,000. Now this is the basic calculation. Equal to 24 plus 82. I was explaining addition, subtraction, multiplication. Yes. So equal to 24 plus 82. 24 plus 82 will give you 106. Yeah. Then I did 50 minus 7. Subtraction. 50 minus 7 will give you what? 43. 40 times 4,000. What gives us 160,000? And then you have, I need 10,000 divided by 6. What gives us? What gives us 1666.67. So that's how I got this. Random numbers. Yeah. So you can do the same thing. So I guess I can move on, right? So can I move on now? Can I move on? Okay, so all right, so I'm going to start again from functions. Yeah, function. That way I stopped, right? That's the sum function, right? Yes, I said sum function is used to add two or more numbers together. So let's say we want to add 11 and 106 together, right? I mentioned that what we can also is equal to sum, open bracket, right? And then I can select H3. That's the way she was giving me. H3, the one's next, comma I3, close bracket and enter. 117, is that correct? Yeah, and then I said also equal to, what's the other way? You're giving me one? Using the range. Range, yeah. Open brackets. And then I select both of them instead of doing one by one. That is H3 column I3. Yes. So close brackets 117. Do you understand this? So the only difference is okay, let's say so the only difference basically is one is a range and the other one basically is selecting the individual cells one by one. Yeah. And so let's say we have, now let me use random numbers. Let's say we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, let's say 2. Oh, sorry, 2. 32. Now I want to add these numbers together, right? So imagine I have to now select it one by one. M3, comma, N3, comma, O3, comma, call it P3, comma, then close bracket, right? So this is why range basically is beautiful. So imagine having to do this all the time when you have to add a range of number. Or imagine if we're going to do addition, we're going to use maybe the operator, we'll do equal to 5 plus 6 plus 7. You can see it just looks like a waste of time, right? Exactly. And that's why we have functions that just makes it a lot easier. And we can just select this range and we close. So that is M3 to R3. So not M3 to R3. You can also type it manually to do the same thing. Or you just select it. But always advise to select it. Yeah. So you just select it and then you close your brackets and you press your enter. And you have the range added together. Is that fine? Is that fine? Yes. Okay. Then also, all right. So now let's move to the next sheet, introduction to functions. Now I want us to add this range of numbers together. So I want everyone to call it out. How do we add it together? I want to add this amount. So apples is 50, oranges is 20, bananas is 60 naira, lemons is 40 naira. So we want to find the total amount or total revenue generated from the sales of these fruits. So what is determine the total revenue generated from sales of apples, oranges, bananas, and lemons? How do I calculate it? Equal to. I'm looking for someone. Okay, call it out. Equal to. Yeah. Sum. Thank you very much. Open bracket. D3 to D6, right? Oh, sorry. All right, D3 to D6, and then close bracket and enter. Do we all agree? Yes. Thank you. So, is anyone confused? If you don't have this sheet, you can quickly just type this. Yeah, you have to create this table yourself, right? You want to create this, right? Yes, sir. Can we create this table ourselves? Okay, confident. Said no, right? Someone said no. So let's quickly create the table together. It's okay not to know. So let me, for the benefit of those that don't have this sheet, I want to create this table. Let's quickly do it. So what I'm going to do, just watch. Fruits, tab, amount, right? Then I have apples. What does it have? Oranges. Bananas. Bananas, lemons, right? And then the amount I have 50, 20, 60, 40. What's that? Okay, nice one. I'm teaching people too much. All right, so it's now acting like a number. Are we good? So what do I now do? How do I make it green? What's the color of this? Is it green? Okay, let's use normal green. Right? Then what's the color of the font? The font text. Is it black or white? White. So I'll go to this and I'll choose white. What else again? The table is gray, Abby. The little gray is not white. So let's make it gray. Let's use gray. How is it more grayish? Then we have lines, right? Are there lines dividing it? Yes. So I'm going to select it and then we're going to click on and then all borders. So I'm going to create borders. And then we can now space it out. So can we now all create this? Yes. Can we all create this? Yes. Yeah. Huh? Yes. So now let me quickly introduce a concept now that it has happened. So we can notice that what do you call this kind of casing? What do you call this kind of casing? So this case type, I mean, like, is it capitalized? Is it sentence case? Is it lowercase? What kind of casing is this? This sentence case, right? Yeah. When Excel, we call it proper. Proper case. Then what is this? Upper case, right? Do you have any lower? So this one is this appears what in proper, right? This appears in upper. So we can actually change it without having to retype it. To do that, use equal to proper. Equal to proper, open bracket, and then you select I3. Because it's too close, that way you can't see it. Just type it anywhere. So we've done that. Have you seen what I did? No. This is what I did. Sorry. So now, equal to, can I go on? So proper basically is the function. Please, if you have a note, please kindly take it down. Proper basically is the function that converts to a sentence case. So equals to proper. Remember the syntax for every function. It's always equal to the function name and then open bracket before the argument. Sorry? Function that converts to a sentence case. Converts any text to a sentence case. So equal to proper, open bracket, I3. So you select it and close. Was that too fast? Then open brackets, then you select it, you reference cell, which is I3. Equal to, sit here, equal to proper, open brackets, then I reference the cell, which is I3, and then close brackets. Give me error. Who else is having error? Any other person have any issues? Can I move on? Yes. All right, so can I go? Yes. How about the work? Wait, is that be a word? That should. All right, let's move on. So proper. So we have apples, and then we can drag down. Do you remember what this is? The fill handle. Yeah, fill cereals. Yeah, but that icon, that the edge is called fill handle. So and then we can now copy and paste. Do you remember how to copy and paste? How do we paste it? How do we paste it? No. How do we paste it? Paste it. How do we paste this information without altering the format? Insert? Okay, insert. No, I'm not inserting. Okay, so what's the option? How are we pasting it? There's a way to paste it. I explained it last week. What did we say? Value, exactly. So we're going to paste as value. Remember, if you don't use Control V, it will paste both the formatting and the formulas and what. So if we won't paste as so to paste the formula and then give us an error. But the only thing we need is just the text, which is Apple. So we're going to paste as values. So you right click and you paste as values. And only these apples, oranges, bananas, and lemons will appear. In case you don't understand, let me paste it normally. Let me do your control V and see what happens. Can you see what happens when we do control V? Can we see what happens when we do control V? Yes, that's why you don't do control V. So you have to paste as value. So you're not pasting the formulas. You're pasting only the content, and then you can delete it. So for those that didn't get how I got this box, let me do it again. So I went to, let me clear it. No border. So it will appear like this, right? At first. To create that border, I select the table, and then I went to no border, like a border box. So it's called border. Then I click on the drop down and I select all borders. And that's how we got our border. All right. So I selected the table. I selected it from apples. I selected it down. After selecting, I went up to border under your font group. You see one small box. Your font group, under your home tab, or see your home tab, look for font group. Just beside your underline is this box, an icon that looks like a form of box. So that's our border. Click on the drop down and then select all borders. So that's how we recreate the table. All right, so back to what we were doing before. So now I want to sum again. Can we add these numbers together and tell me what we have? Let's add the amount for beef, chicken, pork, and fish. 140. Who else has done it today? Is it 140? Is it 140? Beef, chicken, pork, and fish. 140. Who has done 140? All right, so there's actually a shortcut also to summing. What's in the copy and paste? So there's actually a shortcut. Let's listen. So there's actually a quick way to do it instead of having to do sum, all of these things. And the shortcut is Alt equal to enter. Alt equal to, hold Alt and equal to. And this only works for sum. Alt equal to. Did it work? I don't think it will. Don't worry, it will work. What's the issue? Yes. That's what it is. I should calm down. Okay, I'll calm. I'll try and calm down. So those online, please, if you have a question, let me know. 140. What did you get? You clicked on some. Oh, okay. Yeah, what's it so? And also, there's also a shortcut, another one. You can click on auto sum too. If you click on auto sum, it's also do the same thing as well. Then you click on enter. All right, are we good? Yes, sir. Yes, so kindly add for the table below. Can we see the table below? Yes, sir. Can we see the items and the amounts? Can we see the items and the amounts? Yes, sir. Can we see the items and the amounts? Yeah. All right. So we have bread, donuts, cookies, cakes, and pies. Kindly add bread, donuts, cookies, and then pies, and leave out cake. And tell me the total. No. 260. No. Bread, donuts, cookies, and pies. 210. Without cake. 210. That's 210. Someone said 210. Okay. Is it 210? How did you do it? Excel. Timekeeper, how far? Are we good with time? No. Yeah. Don't stop. Are we gone? All right. So now I want to tax us a little. So do we all get this? Equal to sum. How did we do it? Open brackets. What did you do? Comma. Pick all of them one by one. Okay. Then D 14. Do you agree with this? I made this a range. I skipped this one and then I selected this one. So I did D10 to D12, comma D14. How are you doing? Are you sure? Ah. Super. All right. So that gives us what? 210. Are we good? Do I get 210? All right, so quickly, let's say we want to count. What do you think? If we want to count this, what do you think would be the function name to count it? It will be what? Like I mentioned, Excel is very logical. Just where addition is sum. To count, basically, it actually counts. So now I want us to try it. Give me let's count from D10 to D14. I've given you the syntax. I've told you the function name. So I think you have everything. What does it mean again? I've given you, don't get confused. I've given you the function name, which is what? Count. And I've given you the range. So what does it need? That's it. So give me the number. Let's count it. How many, what do you call this? Right. How many amounts do we have? The line, up to it. Who has nothing by? So count it. Using this function count. How many? Five. Follow me on LinkedIn first before you reach out to me on WhatsApp. So are we good? Who has gotten 5? It's not gotten 5. We've gotten 5. Who has gotten 5 again? Have you gotten 5? So let's try. Let's watch. For those that didn't get it, equal to count. Remember, the syntax is always the same. Equal to the function name. So equal to count, open bracket, and then we select from G10 to G14, close bracket, and enter. And we have 5. So we got it also. So let's move on to average. So what's average? When you hear the word average, what comes to mind? Sorry? The average of something. What is average? The average of something. Huh? Dividu.
All of them divide it by the number now.
For those online, are we together?
And now they remember every day. Jesus.
So if you're online and you have a question, please let me know. Okay, yes, please type it in the chat box. I can't hear you guys saying. Okay, I can't actually hear you if you are speaking. I'm only following the chat box. So I'm not seeing anything on the chat box. Oh. Okay, so those online, I'm really sorry about all the challenges you're having. Right on, I'm following. Okay. All right, sorry, May. What's your question? Just type it, May. Let me respond to it. Also, the same thing, Ezekiel. Just kindly type your question. Let me quickly respond to it. So May and Ezekiel, I'm actually waiting. The shortcut, okay. So the shortcut, I want to assume the shortcut for sum. So the shortcut for sum is Alt equal to. Alt equal to, so you hold down Alt and then you click on equal to. So that's the shortcut for sum. All right, so I was asking what is average? So I've gotten several definitions. Someone said it's the average of something. The second definition was the middle. Which one? Average, average. The median. Eh? Someone said add and divide. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Only one person went to school. Please let's allow the person that went to school to speak. Please tell us. Tell them. Don't tell us. Uh-huh. Thank you very much. It's the same thing. All right. So it's almost like the mean, right? Yeah. So the average that you mentioned is the sum of a group of numbers divided by the frequency. It's more like what we just did now. If you divide the sum and the counts, are we going to get the average? Are we going to get the average? Exactly. So if we add the sum and we divide it by the count, it gives us the average. So another word for average basically is like the mean. Yeah. Even you too. Average is the middle or half of. All right, those are like well done. All right, so but the function for so average also has a function. Are we together? It also has a function called average. Yeah, and it's the same syntax equal to average, open bracket, select the range, close your bracket, and enter. Are we fine? Are we fine? So what's the average of this? 42.5. So now let's try the second one. Do we understand this? This is pretty easy and straightforward, right? So can we try the next one? What's the average of the amount of revenue generated from meat? Meat, yeah. Meat. The next one is meat. So we have beef, chicken, pork, and fish. What's the average? I want someone online to share with me. This time I need an answer from someone online. Sorry? $35. What's the average? 35. Who else? Who else? $35. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well done, those online. Vanessa, Believe, Cyril. Thank you so much. So our average is equal to, let's find out. Close bracket. And we have 35. Are we good? Exactly. So can we quickly try, try this one? It's pretty easy now, right? Yes. So also let me use the opportunity to also introduce concepts like mode. What is the mode? Okay. All right. All right. So the most occurring, right? Yeah, the one that actually appears the highest. What of median? The middle number. All right. Thank you very much. Is it the middle number? No, I don't agree. So in this range of number, will you tell me 40 is the median? Exactly. So how do you define it? So what is median number? What's the median? Thank you very much. So it's the middle number when after you rearrange the number in an assembly number. You say something. Do you all agree? Exactly. So basically, these things are called descriptive statistics, right? Because what it does is it actually describes your data, the data set. Within you can have an idea. It gives you like a general picture of what your data set is saying. Yeah. Are we good? Yes. So who wants to help me out? Who can help me get the median and the mode quickly? Median and mode for items. The median and mode for items. Do it on your Excel. Give me the median and the mode. We've gotten the average. So give me the median and then the mode. The mode is what? Equal to
Okay. Yes, 100. Okay. It's 50. Mean is what? 50. Then it's 50. Sorry.
Are we all good? Yes. Is anyone left behind? Do you have anyone behind? All right, so those online, are we good? So mean 52, median 45.5, mode 50, most occurring value in a given set of numbers. English. All right. High is all right. Okay. All right. I think at this point, these things are already self-descriptive. What is mean? What do you understand by the mean or max? What is mean? The smallest number in a range of numbers, right? What of max? The highest number, right? Like minimum and maximum. So can we get the minimum in this range of numbers? That is to tell you the function. So the function name is mean for minimum and max for maximum. So let's give it a try. So those online, please, let's try. Exactly. Thank you very much, Adewale. Mean for minimum, max for maximum. What's that? 60. 50, 20, 60, 40. What are you doing? Well, this one, not 60. Can I go? Can I go? What's that? Okay, so let's do it together. Equal to mean, open bracket, equal to max. Select the range of numbers, close bracket, and enter. So our minimum is what? Our maximum is 50. All right. So are we good? Any questions so far? So we've looked at sum, we've looked at count, we've looked at what else? Average, we've looked at mode, median, what else? Minimum and maximum. All right, so let's move on to something a little bit complex. Is it almost time? Is it time? Should we continue? Should we continue? No. I want us to finish this so our next class we can move on to something more. Should we just quickly look at date and time? So let's look at date and time quickly. This is pretty simple. Are we all together? All right. So there's a function in Excel that can give us the date and the time in real time. I was trying to avoid using time again. All right, so there's actually a function in Excel that can give us the date and time in real time. So if we want to find out what the date today is, the function is today equal to today. It's a function that gives us the date today. So today's date is what? What's today's date? 18th November 2023. Yeah. But I also want to mention that the arrangement in terms of the dates differs from, so it depends on the arrangement that you actually, what's the word? Might get it that story. Depends on the arrangement. Let me put it like that. So in this case, you can see that which one comes first? November comes first, right? Followed by the month comes first. Let's listen. The month comes first, followed by the day, followed by something they call this the format. I'll use the word format. So now let's listen. The month usually is referred to as MM when you're looking at the format. So it's MM forward slash DT forward slash. Do you understand? So Y stands for year, D stands for day, and M stands for the month. That's the arrangement. You can always alter the arrangement by going to your dates format, right? So by default, this is how it is arranged. So you need to understand what the format is. So when you're imputing the date, you will not impute the wrong date. Because in your mind, maybe you're thinking, I want to do month first, then the day. So I want to do the day first, which is the normal syntax for us. We always like to put the month and then year. If Excel is not viewing it like that, to be communicating something different, right? Yeah. Imagine we're in March. Let's say today we're in March. Then what will you read? 03 18 2023, right? Yeah, imagine where it was 18 and now you're going to put 18 03 2023. It means something different, right? But people give you an error. Put it. Because there's no month that is 18. Yeah, so you always need to be very careful the default arrangement. Yeah. The function today. Huh? Equal to today. Open bracket, close bracket. Finish. Nothing is no argument. No arguments. It's very simple, straightforward. You don't like that. Equal to today. Open bracket, close bracket. What's the next? Equal to So are we good? What's the question? Yesterday. Okay, so I said you want to find the dates yesterday. Just do minus one. Minus one. If it works, what will I do? Minus one. 17. Equals to today minus one. Equal to today, open bracket, close bracket. Equal to today, open bracket, close bracket, minus one. Give it yesterday. Plus one will give it tomorrow. Next tomorrow plus two. But what will happen is, if you're, so what happens is by tomorrow it will change, right? But the reason why it changes is because of your recalculation is on. If your recalculation is on, it will change. If your recalculation is not on, it won't change. The whole time I was designing a dashboard, and what they wanted to show, what I was trying to achieve was, once you click on, what do you call it? When you click on the checkbox, I wanted the date to appear, like a timestamp. So when you click on the checkbox, the date and the time that you clicked on it will appear automatically. Yeah. But what happens is, so I have to use the today's, I used today, so it was more of, I used the if statement and also today. But also, I need to be careful that by tomorrow, it doesn't now change to the new date. So I have to now put off the recalculation. So when you put off the recalculation, by tomorrow, it still remain the same date as of yesterday when you actually imputed this function. If you're confused, don't worry, you're very fine. All right, so any other question? Any question? I'm not sure that question. It's another class. I don't, you start asking me a lot of questions I cannot answer that. No. Yeah, don't worry. Just hold on to that thought and don't forget the question. At the end of the class, when we are done with everything, and you can ask me. Yeah. Any other question? Birthday. All right. So when you get up, please kindly try this. Find out how many days until your birthday. Now let me mention a mistake that most people actually make. How many days until your birthday? So please don't put the day they give birth to you. Put your birthday this year, which means the year is 2023, not 1990, whatever. That's one mistake people often make, right? When we put 1990 something, you'll be getting minus. You understand? Yeah, so to be minus some days. Because what this does is it's supposed to calculate, it's supposed to give you how many days until your birthday this year. For example, my birthday is in December. So what I'm going to put, like mine is 19th of December. So mine will be what? 12/19/2023. Not 1990 or 2000. Does it make any sense? Let's do this. People are looking. So what is today's date? No, equal to today, open bracket, close bracket. That's my today. What's my birthday? 12/4/19, 2023. So how many days to my birthday? How many days to my birthday? 31 days. So did you notice I didn't put 1990 when they gave birth to me? This is not my date of birth. This is my birthday this year. So I have 31 days to my birthday. So you have 31 days to plan for your birthday. So is that fine? So when you get home, kindly calculate. So what this helps you to do is, when you're dealing with data, like what I asked him this morning, when we're talking about age, I said if you have the date of birth, you can get the age, right? Understanding this will help you know how you can calculate the age of a person if you know his date of birth. Does this make sense? Does it make any sense? Yeah. For example, last class, I asked them if I know the other dates, the date a person came to we actually have a lot to cover. So by next week, I might not spend so much time doing a revision. So please let's take, sorry, not next week. We're meeting tomorrow, right? Yes. Yeah, we're meeting tomorrow on Zoom. We're meeting tomorrow on Zoom. No, we didn't meet twice, just once. In the evening, 5:30. There's no command. This is my birthday this year, which is December, right? This of my birthday is this date minus this date. What's the issue? How is this minus this? Equal to this minus this.